Alright guys, I'm just going to give a little introduction about myself. My name is Jeff, I'm 21 years old. I go to a college in North Carolina, not going to tell you where so you fuckers can't stalk me. I'm a junior, and I'm a finance major, but I have plans to, hopefully as long as my grades hold up, go to grad school for anthropology, and then hopefully get a PhD in anthropology. If you've seen any of my videos before, you'll know that I'm an atheist. In addition to being an atheist, I'm also an anti-theist, which there is a difference. If you weren't aware, now you know. My goal isn't to offend anyone per se, but if I offend someone, I don't really care. That's my thing. I believe religion's a detriment, and I'm not afraid to step on someone's toes because of it. Like I said, my goal isn't to hurt your feelings, but if that so happens in the process, I'm not going to hold back. A little bit about me. I'm from the Bible Belt. I was raised in a Southern Baptist home. You know, good parents. You know, they loved me. Went to a Southern Baptist church my entire life. You know, good people. But I was religiously indoctrinated from a young age. And I can tell you firsthand the harmful effects that has. It teaches one to fear authority. It teaches one to accept something because it's said, just because on the basis of because I said so, rather than giving a reason why, rather than on evidence. Sorry if my voice is scratchy or anything. I'm a little sick as it stands. A friend recommended a recipe called hot whiskey for me. I didn't have all the necessary ingredients, so I made my own little concoction, and I gotta say it's probably one of the nastiest fucking things I've ever had in my life. You're supposed to take 4 ounces of some Irish whiskey and 4 ounces of water. Heat the water like you're gonna steep tea or something like that, and then put in a slice of lemon and some cloves, and then pour in your whiskey and some honey. Well, because I'm cheap and don't have that, I thought I had some Jack, which, you know, obviously it's not Irish whiskey, but hey, it's better than nothing. Well, I was out of Jack, so all I had was some shitty whiskey called Gold Crown. It's $13 for a half gallon, so I'll let your brain go, I'll let you figure that one out on your own. Took that, heated up some water, put a tea bag in there because I don't have cloves or lemon. Just figured it'd be something. Then poured in the whiskey and poured in at least a metric ass ton of honey. And I gotta say, it tastes like complete and utter shit. But hopefully it makes me feel better, so we'll see. But anyway, back to religious indoctrination and me. Well, like I said, I was raised, you know, believing the whole because I told you so thing. I was raised believing evolution's a lie, that, you know, God, the Bible is literally 100% true, that you can't be a good person without God, this, that, and the third. And I grew up, I didn't realize I was a skeptic. I did not know that it was okay to be a skeptic. When my mom, you know, well-intentioned woman, good woman, well-intentioned, when she would tuck me in at night until we'd say my prayers or whatnot, she would talk about feeling the presence of the Holy Spirit. And she would tell me to pray. And she said when she prayed, she felt this tingly feeling all over. And in my mind, I'm like, okay. So I did. I guess I was a little scientist. I conducted an experiment. I prayed and I felt nothing. But because, you know, everyone else felt something supposedly when they prayed that, of course I acted like I did. Oh yeah, I feel it. Oh yes, Jesus, Jesus. Well, the entire time, you know, I was looking for proof against, but at the same time trying to convince myself I really did believe. Because in my mind, I was going to hell if I didn't. In my mind, I was a terrible person if I didn't believe in God. You know, if you're a Christian, you can't be a good person, of course. You know, morality without God? Really? And that's what I was taught. Yeah. Anyway, so life went on, and I went to a Christian school for about 10 years, from about 4th grade through 8th grade, and I was bullied a lot. You know, I had a lot of shit done to me, and really put me on edge. It really made me an angry person. You know, after you get told every day, after you get told to kill yourself, and that you're fat, and that you're worthless, and, you know, you're a waste of space, and all that stuff on a daily basis, you know, getting pushed around all the time, and It's made me angry because this was at a Christian school, the one place that shouldn't be happening, but it was. It's angry at God. But then a couple years later, I found myself groveling, in front of Daddy Big Boss Yahweh again, praying, save me, I'm a terrible person, everything. Oh my God, Jesus, Jesus, do this and that. Well, throughout that time, I didn't live like a Christian. I knew the Bible in and out. I read it, I studied it, I wanted to know it. But I didn't live like a Christian, supposedly. And, I even, went to seminary conferences and all this stuff. There I was, like 16 or 17 years old, sitting with 30-some-year-old seminary students. I was studying this deep stuff. And I wanted to know. Well, again, I did not know it was okay to dissent. I didn't know non-belief was an option. So, I went off to college, to university, and my first year I got involved in a campus ministry, and oh boy, well, there's some good people, some I'm still in contact with, but some of them were pretty fucked up people. I met a girl there, I was told that if I left her, I was going to hell. I was convinced that I was a terrible person if I left her, and finally, after almost, about 9 months of dating her, something like that, I finally left the campus ministry because at this point I was sick of it. I didn't care if I was going to hell. I didn't care. And for the first time in my life, I explored the doubts that I had about the Bible from the beginning, but yet was too afraid to delve into. So I began to question, why did the God of the Bible kill all these people? Why did the God of the Bible feel the need to do that? Why is he credited for all the good in the world, but when something bad happens, it's Satan or it's man? For the first time, I questioned. I truly delved into skepticism, and I gotta say, it freed me. I was able to be a good person because I wanted to be a good person. Not saying that I'm a great person, because I certainly do stupid shit. I'm still young, I'm still learning, I don't know all this shit yet. But it freed me up to try to be a good person. I can be arrogant, I can be an asshole, but I try my best to be a good person. And it's a relief to be able to do that without the constant threat of hell. I've heard a quote, it was said, an intelligent person doesn't need the promise of heaven to see the merit in good deeds. And it's true. Like, why do you need God to tell you that murder is wrong? Why do you need God to tell you that rape and pedophilia are wrong, and that theft and things like that are wrong? If you really need God to tell you that, then you might want to question what kind of person that you are. Well, continuing on. After about a year and a half of being an atheist, this was actually a few months ago, 3-4 months ago, went through a little bout of religiosity. For the first time in my life, I realized, holy shit, I'm going to die one day. I began to think, like, what kind of person I am, and, oh my God, I'm a bad person, I'm going to go to hell. So there I found myself again, groveling in front of Yahweh. And so I started to read the Bible again. Like, I hadn't read the Bible in a while. Started to read the Bible again, and honestly, reading the Bible is the best way to become an atheist. There is so much evil and fucked up shit in it. Between killing babies and, taking women against their will, and offering up his daughters to be raped so that angels wouldn't be raped, then not to mention the divine tyranny of the New Testament, but reading the Bible is seriously the best way to become an atheist. It frees you, it shows you the evil of it. The Bible is the worst kind of evil. It's the kind of evil that presents itself as good. At least if there's someone evil, overtly evil, it's obvious. I mean, Hitler, I'm sure he thought he was doing the right thing because he was a psychopath, but it's obvious to tell that Hitler was evil. He was murdering people. Murdering people's wrong. Much in the same way, you can sit and read the Bible and see that, the things that are happening in the Bible are wrong. But, here's the thing. The Bible's sitting there promoting itself as the one source of truth. It promotes itself as more true than any science, any historian, and over anything that we know as fact. And there's a lot that we know in the Bible that is not fact. It's false. But yet it's sitting there promoting itself as true. And the Bible demands unquestioning belief. Jesus said you won't enter the kingdom unless you become like a child, implying that you had to have blind faith like a child. That's evil. That's telling people, do as I say and don't question me. That is divine tyranny. So, like I've said before, I'm not that smart. If I figured it out, you most certainly can, I assure you. Think about it. Would you want someone telling you, do what I say because I say it? If you wouldn't accept that from a person, you shouldn't have to accept that from a supposed deity. Think for yourself, be free, be a good person for being a good person's sake. Like I said, if you ever need me, I'm here. I'm always open to talk. If you like what I have to say, go give my channel I'm using Facebook lingo here. Go subscribe to my channel. Loki Wears Doc Martens. That's Martens with the Martens, not Tins. So go follow me, and I'll subscribe to you back if you follow me, because whatever. Anyway, have a nice night.